What's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. And today I'm in the amphitheater, which is it's not really a theater, it's like an extension of the park that I've been going through, the Sepulveda Basin area. This is my third video on this area, which is one of the most continuous, in my opinion, most beautiful, relaxing areas in the San Fernando Valley, which is a part of the Los Angeles County, which is a part of the state of California. So check this out. Well, I guess they wanted to make it like a kind of like a you know, a theater for observing nature, maybe. A bunch of nice, like here, you know, rocks and stuff like that. It's a nice view. I showed this area in the last video, which is basically it was the Sepulveda Dam and the Apollo airfield. I showed that, which is very nice. And today it's another day that is cloudy and rainy, which is really rare in Los Angeles. So I appreciate really much these days because this is my favorite weather, right? Cloudy, well lit, chilly, without much rain, or with just a little touch of rain, but without much rain. That's basically my favorite, my most favorite weather. Am I a fan of the sun? Not very much, to be honest. Not a fan of the sun. Don't like to get skin cancer, don't like to get different types of spots on my skin. I just like this weather right here. Look at that. Beautiful. Cloudy, well lit, a little cold, not too much, with just a touch of rain. Not too much rain, because if it's too much rain, then you can't move around too much, everything's muddy. But this is it right here. So today I'm taking everybody on a tour of this nice portion of the park. And when I show stuff like that, I show it in Google Maps so that people can, number one, look it up, but also know what does it look like from above. Because I was so confused about I was so confused sometimes about the portions of these different parks. I didn't even know that there was a Japanese garden and a reclamation plant in the back until I actually saw it in Google Maps from above, and I'm like, oh wait, there's a Japanese garden back there? I didn't know. There was no signs or not anything that would indicate that there's a Japanese garden right to the back of Woodley Park. But then if you look on Google Maps from above, you can see that. You can also see the reclamation plant. So here you go, Sepulveda Wildlife Area, a symphony of sounds. So the other day, I was basically walking around this area right here. There's a thing that goes up, and it goes to a street. Let me show you right now. You know, people are here, you know, people got RVs and stuff. Somebody has a couch out. And I'm shooting on 4K today. This is 4K on the GoProHero 11, which is, I'm not a big fan of this camera for many reasons. Number one, it doesn't make the human face look good. But my face doesn't look good in this camera. Some other cameras make me look like a movie star. This camera, I look like trash. The skin tone looks like trash. Your hair, your head size looks like trash because it's kind of like a limited lens, right? I think it's what, 19 to 39 millimeter. Usually the face looks good around a lens that is around 50 milli, not this one. So I'm not a big fan of this one. So up there, there's kind of like a street where all the workers use to go around the park and get out on the freeway. The 101 is right here, and they use that, basically that street up there, that can be movement for cars, but you know, a lot of people do cardio and stuff like that. And the lakes are over there right now, so I'm gonna go to the lakes and I'm gonna show, I think there's 2 lakes in this side with a bunch of ducks and stuff. And then there's this area right here, like the types of animals that you can see right here. Of course, this park with a lot of trees, especially to the back, which is, I'm gonna go there as well and show the back, the cricket fields, and they're doing a bunch of construction on the right. I'm gonna show that, but there is a lot of bird watching activity in this park. So a lot of people come to this park so they can look at the birds, right? They want to look at the, there's so many different brands of like or like whatever species of like birds are right here. There's an owl, or a bunch of owls that people come specifically to see. There are different types of I guess hawks. There's different types of, so there's a lot of bird watching activity that goes on here. But there's a whole bunch of squirrels. There are rabbits. I'm guessing also snakes. Yeah, I wonder how much time I got with shooting 4K on this camera. It says I got 4 hours and 9 minutes. 4 hours and 9 minutes on a 256 what is that, gigabytes on this Samsung micro SD card, 90% battery charge, and I got 4 hours and 8 minutes left on this card. This is on 4K footage. 4K footage on the GoProHero 11 flat colors. All the settings are default flat colors, and with, I think it's you know, so it's 4K, which I think is a little less than 4K, 3840 times something, and then I'm on the flat colors, and I'm on the linear mode, the linear lens mode of the GoProHero 11, which is I think is 19 to 39 millimeter lens. 19 to 39. This is the main reason why I'm not a big fan of the GoPro, is because the lens. Some people say, well, you can put there's something that you can put on the lens of the GoPro, so you can basically make it whatever wider. There's like extensions that you can put on the lens, so you can adjust the GoPro and have it be a little wider lens, which is, I did a bunch of shooting with, let's say, Canons and Sonys, and I did the 50 mm lens. I did the 70 even was one of my favorites, especially if you shoot fitness videos, and I do a lot of fitness videos. You want your muscles to look big and stuff. I mean, the small lens, it is not good for that. It doesn't make you look good. This is why I like the wide lens. Give me a, you know, one time I got this lens, it was like, I don't know, it was like something like, I don't know, 30 to 120 or something like that. It's crazy. You can just do an optical zoom. I got that, I think it was the Sony A7S II, or either that, or it was the Canon 5D Mark III or something like that. Which is basically, those are two great cameras. But if I choose, I would probably take the Sony, since I do a lot more video than still pictures. I think Canon is better for still pictures, and I think Sony's better for videos. And if you want a hybrid, Sony is also better then I would pick it over a Canon. If I only had to choose one camera, since I do a lot more videos. But you know, this GoProHero 11, which actually I wanted to buy the DJI action camera. It was cheaper and better for me, but I couldn't find it. There was no DJI action cameras. It was out of the market. I had to order it online on their website and then wait for a month to get it. This was back when I got this camera. And then so I got the GoPro because it was the only thing available on the shelf in the market. I guess there's a lot more demand for these DJI action cameras than the GoPro. It was cheaper and a better deal, honestly. They sold a bunch of accessories with it that made it a lot better deal. So I guess this is why a lot of people were buying it. It was just not existent in the market. So everybody got it. It was not in stock, meaning it had more demand on it than the GoPro, and you had to wait a month to get it. You order and pay and wait for a month for the action, the DJI action, to get delivered to you, versus the GoPro, which is just laying there on the shelf. So right here, this is, like I said, up here there's kind of like street right here. There's a parking lot right here. I put in like screenshots of Google Maps so that people can see the overview and then what I'm doing here, where the actual area is and how it looks from Google Maps. Right here, there's kind of like a mountain hill area with a bunch of houses built up on the slopes of this hill. And right, this area, this is what you would call Sherman Oaks, that area right here. Going that way, that would be Sherman Oaks, and Ventura Boulevard will be that way too. So right here, this is the street. On the last video, I was walking on the extension of the street from here to here, all the way to the Sepulveda Dam right here. So yesterday, if you see the last video, I was at the Sepulveda Dam right here, and I was showing the dam and everything and its connection to the airfield, to the Apollo airfield. And I came through here, and now this is the extension of that, right? So I stopped, I walked a little bit, I stopped at here, then I went back to the airfield, and then I went off. But then from here, this is basically the rest of this park, and the lakes are over there. Now, if we climb over here, if we get on top of here, and then we just get on these rocks right here, what you'll find here is that this right here is the 101 freeway. This is the kind of like the street that I was telling you about. Cars use this street to go around the park, and maybe they would stop here, go down, do some maintenance or something, especially in the areas that got pipes. But this is the 101 and connecting to the 405, which is one of the main freeways in Los Angeles. You can see, man, it's almost 9:30 now, almost 9:30, almost 10, and you can see that the traffic, it's actually 10, it's 10:11 right now, 10:11, and you see the traffic is like, people are stuck, and this has been going on since like 7:30 in the morning, probably since 7. So for 3 hours, people are going with this pace on the freeway. Now imagine how much traffic this is. But anyways, forget about all these people. Look here. This is the park from up top. You can see the lakes right here. 1 lake, 2 lakes. Is that 3 lakes? I'll put the screenshot on Google Maps and then people can see. I'm thinking this is 3 lakes. I'm not sure. Well, anyways, I'm gonna head to the lakes. Let's go back down here. Make sure I don't get make sure I don't fall down and break my neck right here. Look at this shit, man. Man, nice. And these shoes have nice grip, man. I like these shoes. It's nice. So now this area actually right here, there was a big fire, I think like a year, about mid last year there was a fire, and then this whole area right here was burnt. So all this grass was just black, was just dark ashes. And then this is like the start of the recovery. So like it had just recovered and then greened up again. So now it's a little green, but it wasn't like that maybe 6 months ago. It was just dark, burnt ashes right here. But everything recovers, you know, and that's life. So now I'm on this GoPro, I'm at 3 hours 58 minutes, and I'm at 77% of the battery. Shooting only 17 minutes right now, 17 minutes 40 seconds. So does the battery get consumed faster when you're shooting on 4K versus 1080, or is it the same? I've never looked that up, and I haven't tested the camera to actually see if that is true, but it could be. Yeah, usually there are like ducks here, and there are still ducks. There are still ducks here. Ducks, man. You know, these ducks, they love whole wheat bread. You're not supposed to feed them, but you know, they love whole wheat bread. Look, they're getting anxious right now as I'm walking towards them. Hey, cook, cook. Man, look at these beautiful ducks. These ducks or these goose? I mean, what is that? I don't know. I don't even know. Cook. Oh man. They're probably thinking, who's this idiot that's just making noises? They don't understand. Let me wipe this camera real quick. So here is the lakes. So these lakes, I mean, they're continuous lakes. I mean, you may think, it may look like it's separate, but it's actually I think it's continuous. So it's like just one lake, but it has so there were two, what they call watching stations or something like that. One of them's right here. You can see that, like, there's like a deck. And then there's just the lake, man. Yeah, I think. Yeah, there's two, because there's one right here. I can see one right here. It's like a bench or whatever, and like a deck, and you can sit there. And then there's one right here. You can see that at Google Maps too. There's two of them. Two of these watching decks. So let me take a look at that right here. One of the things that I don't understand is, how do these ducks maintain their how do these ducks maintain their temperature of their body, being in such cold water and a cold lake? Look at that. These ducks are swimming in the lake. Some of them just staying still in the lake. Look at that. There's a duck right here. So how do these ducks maintain? I mean, they have a lot of these thick feathers and stuff, but how do they maintain temperature? Right? Look, it's pretty cold out here. Yeah, I mean, and this, this area, it's really shaping up really nice. It's recovering pretty nice. If you saw this like literally 6 months ago, 7 months ago, it was ashes. This was ashes, burnt. Oh, it's a nice little spot right here. We can go and watch. Look at that. Nice, man. It's a nice little lake right here. Oh, and what is this bird? This flying right here. Is that a hawk? It literally says, one of the things that is very annoying about this shit. Come. There's a dog, a little nice dog right here. Yeah, this is another part of the lake. Yeah, so this is a big, it's not a huge lake, but it's just it's a nice area, man. It's a really nice area right here. And then one of the things about the GoPro camera, it doesn't really capture, I mean, it just doesn't have the ability. It's an action camera, you know, it's an action camera. It doesn't have the ability to show, you know, the beauty of places like that. It doesn't have the lens, it doesn't have the frame, I mean, it doesn't have the frame, it just doesn't have, it's an action camera, you know, you do with what you got. But you know, if I had a Sony A7S III or something with the right lens, I mean, you can capture all this and the ducks and the whatever, the goose and the birds and everything like that in a way more wonderful way. But this is basically what you have here. So that's a big lake. So I'm gonna be trying to go around here and get to the other part where there are the decks, to be able to watch especially these big white birds over there. I mean, there's not a lot of them today, but I can see them. The only thing I would say about the cameras like the Sony, maybe the Sony A7 series, maybe their stabilization would not be as good. So maybe the stabilization would not be as good as the GoPro. I haven't compared, but I'm pretty sure the stabilization would be the problem. So if you have like the Sony A7 or the Canon, even I think the Canon is even worse with stabilization. Canons don't have stabilization. Maybe the Sony is even better on stabilization, but with the Sony or the Canon, you have to have a stabilizer, whatever they call it, gimbal. You have to get one of these stabilizer, and that exists in a camera like the DJI Pocket series. They have a gimbal like with the camera. The problem is that when I got the DJI Pocket 2, that gimbal broke within the first week. So within the first week, the camera started flipping around randomly, and I had to return it because it wasn't working. It didn't work, stopped working. So this is what I had to do. And you can see here, man, this lake is super beautiful, man. This lake is it's really one of the most wonderful places in the San Fernando Valley. You'd think that you would have a lot of places like that in Los Angeles County. You would think you'd have a lot of places like that, but this place is rare. It is rare. You know, look at the map and you'll find that this place is probably the only place that has this much continuous green area. Yeah, but really with this GoPro right here, I gotta switch to something like a real legitimate camera. Like, this is not gonna work. A real legitimate camera with a real legitimate mic setup, because I'm just using the I'm right now just using the GoPro mic, which is probably not that great in quality, so that's not something that's very good. It's not. And even though I got the Zoom H2, I think the Zoom H2, and I have like a lav mic on it, one of those cheap $29 lav mics on Amazon, connected to the XLR input on the Zoom H2N, what it was called. Look at that, man, amidst the bushes, among the bushes right here. This is it, man. If I can live here, that would be, you know, perfect with them. Look at this trail right here. Such a nice trail. Look at the ducks. Ah. She saw me and she got scared. All right. Oh, look at this frog right here. The frog, a huge frog that just jumped in the lake. That was a humongous frog. Oh man, crazy. I hope this was captured on camera. That was a humongous frog. That was the biggest frog I've ever seen in my life. What the? I didn't even know there were frogs in here. Look at that. Was a humongous frog. Crazy. Where's she at? Look at the ducks and stuff. And the ducks, they saw me and they just swam away. Come back. Come back. Come back, duck. Cuckoo. That's how I call them. Wow, right, man. What is that? Is that Burbank Boulevard right here connecting to the 101? No, come on. So right now I'm just going around the lake, you know, looking to get these basically looking for these two watching spots, and then I'm gonna go after that to the cricket field, show the cricket field. This is how you get out of this park. I guess some people park here. There's a parking here to the left, and then you just walk in here. Morning rush, lots of cars. Trapped in the matrix. Look at these cars, all these cars, right? Trapped in the matrix every day. They gotta do this every day. What a miserable life. Look, life in a watershed. From Mountain Springs to the Pacific Ocean, a vast watershed stretches over Southern California. Wow. Look. Rainwater and melting snow from surrounding mountains flow into the valley and eventually reach the Los Angeles River. Water accumulates as droplets seep from the hillsides, gather in streams, and create the life force of a river. Wow, look at that. The Sepulveda Basin, the Los Angeles Reservoir right here. The Hansen Lake, Devil's Gate Reservoir. We're gonna visit all these places. Look at that. The Rio Hondo River, Whittier Narrows Basin, the Los Angeles River, St. Gabriel River. That's the Los Angeles watershed. And right here, connecting this to the Sepulveda Basin. Bacoima Wash. Right here. This is it. This is the map of the Los Angeles River watershed. Nice. Very nice. Look at that. Got a sign right here. Please help protect our animals and plants. Refugio de la flora y fauna, por favor. No fishing, no hunting, no littering, no fires, no dogs allowed. And I just saw someone with his dog right now. No bows or crossbows, no bicycles or vehicles, no drones, no smoking. All right. Let's continue on this journey. Oh, we're down to, my memory card's down to 3 hours and 43 minutes. Okay, I think we're gonna be done before that. So nice right here. I guess this is like a little, that's a little area right here where you can sit. A lot of graffiti, of course, a lot of graffiti. Spox. What is Spox? Nice. Let's keep going. Oh, look at that. There's a big duck right there. It's a big bird. Whatever. It's not a duck. Is that a goose? Is that a goose? So down to 51% battery and down to 3 hours and 42 minutes on the memory card. Oh, the memory card. So I guess that you know, maybe both the battery and the memory card run out faster if you shoot in 4K, or what the GoPro calls 5.3K versus the 1080p, I guess. Look at that, man. This is nice right here. You can get a canoe. Just canoe right here. Put it down right here. Just canoe among this lake. You can get a little canoe and just do this every morning. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but just canoe among, you know, amidst the ducks right here. Would be nice. I saw some people do that on the other side when I was showing this little area right next to the Sepulveda Dam. I saw people with a big truck putting down these canoes, these little like plastic canoes. I guess they were testing them or something. But you know, the water over there is so shallow, I guess only when it's flooded that you can be canoeing around, but not now, because it's only been 2 days of rain right now. This is like yesterday was a little rainy, just a little rain, and today was a little rain, but that's it. Besides that, the whole winter in Los Angeles was dry, absolutely dry, with no rain whatsoever. That's why there was all these fires, because it's dry. It was a dry winter, and last winter was also a dry winter. How can you have a winter with only 3 days of rain? That's crazy. So there's a little bridge right here that goes to the other side, but I'm guessing we're gonna go here a little bit and see. So what I want to find out for today is I want to go to the 2 watching spots. Then I want to go to the other side and show the cricket fields. All right, so I guess that this is the first one. So this would be the first watching spot right here. This would be the first watching spot. Hello, how you doing? A lot of graffiti. A lot of graffiti, okay. Look, so we can hear Guess we can go up here. So are you supposed to do that? You're supposed to climb like that and just go right here and just look at all this water, all this beauty right here. Okay, oh, pathways in the sky. Enfold the feathered flock to the Sepulveda Basin. Oh wow. Each autumn the skies above California become alive as millions of birds migrate along the Pacific Flyway. En route between summer breeding grounds in the north and wintering grounds in the south, ducks, geese, songbirds and shorebirds stop at the wildlife area to feed and rest. As California's wetlands continue to disappear under threat of the bulldozer, the basin has become an important haven for wildlife, particularly those birds who migrate. That's true. The threat of the bulldozer. Oh man. At the lake's eastern edge, just beyond the island, a foraging area has been established. Here, Canada geese and other migrating waterfowl feed on grasses and forbs that are planted each year in autumn and in winter. A symphony of calls can be heard. The loud honking of Canada geese mingles with the squawks and whistles of mallards and American Wigeons who sound their arrival at the Sepulveda Basin. Oh, nice! Look at that, man. So, I mean, I guess I didn't know all the species of these different birds right here. I guess they have a plan right here. Look at that. It's Canada geese. They have Canada geese, mallards, coots, buffleheads, ruddy ducks, great egret. What is that? I think we saw this just a while ago. I think this is what we saw that was flying away. American Wigeon as well. Listen quietly. How many calls do you hear? So how many birds is that? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different types of birds. Nice. So let's go to the second watching spot. Maybe we'll get some more information over there about the types of birds in this Sepulveda Reserve. There's a bridge right here. I guess this goes to Woodley Avenue. In the last video I called it Woodley Boulevard, but I guess it's called Woodley Avenue. So we're not going to go there, we're going to turn right so we can go to the second watching station, watching location. It's funny, man, like these, I mean, all these green areas are being disappearing. They're cutting it out, they're cutting the trees, they're taking it away piece by piece, taking chunks out of it, adding it to construction, adding it to freeway, making it into like home zones, and just the green areas are being disappearing. Think about how green California is and how much they took away for different things. They destroy all these green lands and forests, and this just took it for different purposes. Oh, what's going on? How can you cut all these trees down and limit these green areas for some, to do what? Doesn't make any sense. But anyways, so now I'm going to the second watching station, which I think it's right here, forward and then to the right. Well, I'm hoping that the new administration doesn't cut more trees, because I mean, or doesn't limit more of the green areas in the nature, because This is crazy right now. Okay, what's going on here? Somebody had a little bit of a... Was there a problem here? Why was it fenced out like that? Okay, look. Nice. At a 2-year flood level, water would be at your feet. At a 20-year flood level, water would be 3 times higher than this stone. Wow. At a 50-year flood level, water would be 4 times higher than this stone. Wow. This is why they got the Sepulveda Dam over there. Now you know why they got a dam. Oh, look at that. Our emerging lake. The Sepulveda Basin wildlife area emerged out of the mud and the borrowed pits. During repairs to the Van Norman Reservoir in the 1970s, areas along Haskell Creek were dug in order to collect clay to line the reservoir. Large depressions or borrowed pits were left behind. Each winter the pits filled with rainwater and soon became seasonal ponds, and that attracted scores of waterfowl. In 1991, the pits were transformed into a permanent wildlife lake, now maintained daily with a continuous supply of reclaimed water from the Tillman Reclamation Plant. Wow, which I think the reclamation plant's over there right next to the Japanese garden. Look at that. Designed as a flow-through system, the lake can hold up to 13 million gallons of water each day. Up to 4.7 million gallons of reclaimed water flow into the lake at the north end, while an equal amount of water is released into Haskell Creek at the south end. As a result, the lake's water supply is completely replaced every 3 days. Wow, man, that's a very nice system right here. Throughout the seasons, water flows into the lake and ultimately drains into Haskell Creek, yet it is winter that tells the most dramatic story. In severe storms, runoff from the mountains collects in the Sepulveda Basin, which serves as a form of flood control. Rainfall and runoff often result in the wildlife area and surrounding land becoming submerged under many feet of water. Imagine the water's height at the peak of a 50-year flood. Search the sign mount for a clue, which we just saw right here. At a 50-year, the flood levels water would be 4 times higher than the stone right here, which this stone is almost like 5'10", right? So it's 5'10", it's almost 5'10" or 5'11" times 4. It's crazy. So this is the second watching station. Now I think there is a third watching station. Okay. There's a third watching station right here, and I'm down to 36% of the battery and 3 hours and 31 minutes on the memory card. You can hear the sound of these birds in the background and the goose and stuff like that. And it's really a symphony of sounds. This is crazy. Yeah, actually, you know what I should have did? I should have got more batteries out of the car. I got 3 batteries. I think I should buy one more of those. I should buy like 3 more batteries with another charger, so I can just have like 6 batteries with me anywhere I go. I should probably get another memory card. But one of the problems is that, you know, I tried the ScanDisk memory card, with this camera. It really doesn't work. The footage are all corrupted, and I told him about it, and he said, gave him proof and everything like that. It's a nice area right here as well. Nice blue tree. So let's get to the third watching place, watching station, which after that I'm gonna have to probably go get some batteries and then hey, good morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, this is the third watching station right here. Look at that. Third watching station, and then the rest of the park and the cricket fields, and then the other part, which is where they have the other lake. Look, well, I guess, you know what, I guess it's way more than 3. I guess it's probably 4 watching stations, because there's another one over there. So this is what, this is the third one, right? So there is a 4th over there. You can probably even see it from here. There's one right here. So that makes them 4 watching stations, man. Come on, man. Look. Wildlife in the wetlands. From snails and worms to egrets and geese, the wildlife area is teeming with life. Great blue heron, marsh wren, what is that? Barnes swallow, osprey, dragonfly, cormorant, mallards, snowy egret, spotted sandpiper, swallowtail butterfly. Oh, look at that, man. Attracted by the water and the mud, many animals depend upon the lake as both home and marketplace. Over 200 species of birds can be found here, from small western sandpipers to great blue herons. Other animals call the area home as well. Butterflies sip nectar from the wild flowers, while dragonflies patrol territory and snatch insects from the air. Life in the lake is complex. Each species depend upon others for survival. Wow. Although different birds are seen feeding together, they usually do not compete for the same foods. For example, cormorants catch fish by diving deep underwater, while egrets and herons catch fish after stalking them in shallow water. Search the water for feeding activity. How many feeding strategies do you observe? Wow. How many feeding strategies do you observe? I mean, I saw some birds diving in the water. I had no idea they were hunting for fish. They were fishing. Very, very nice. Others. Yeah. Let me find the 4th, I guess, watching station right here. This is what they call watching stations, right? So you can sit on the deck, you can be here, you can watch the lake and all the activities right here that goes on in the lake. Feeding activities with different birds and different animals. I mean, they never talked about, like, I guess they never mentioned the squirrels and the rabbits that are also abundant in here. I might see a lot of rabbits going around. I see a frog. None of these signs talked about frogs or other animals. I guess this is more of like a bird type of park. You know, it's a bird type of place. They seem to focus more on birds and stuff like that. And that's what I was saying in the beginning, is a lot of people that are bird watchers, they come here, and a lot of people come with cameras. These cameras with like a very long lens, like a lens that's like almost like a foot 2 feet or something. The lens is so long, so huge. You see a lot of these photographers here coming around and taking pictures of these different birds. And these different oh, down to 25% on the camera, or on the battery. All right. No, the memory card's not a problem. Still got 3 hours and 24 minutes, but the problem is the battery, which is, I started with 100%, and in 55 minutes of shooting 4K, I'm down to 25%. Whoa. Whoa. It's another watching station, man. Look at that, there are people here. Shit, alright. Look. A wildlife oasis in the valley. Off the flyway and freeway, the Sepulveda Basin wildlife area beacons visitors. Oh, amidst the urban bustle of the valley, the wildlife area offers refuge for wildlife and people alike. Framed by mosaic of woodlands and scrub, Haskell Creek and the Wildlife Lake attract the diversity of wildlife. The area offers critical habitat for wary waterfowl, which rest and feed during their annual fall migration. Nice. Shorebirds and ducks flock to the shallow lake, while songbirds call out from the tall grasses and reeds. Over 200 acres of parkland have been preserved and protected for the benefit of wildlife, and people enjoy the park and the celebration of life it offers. Wow! Look, Haskell Creek. Canada geese foraging area. Okay, this is the area that we. So I guess what I was squawking at in the beginning, in the other part, they were Canada geese. They were not ducks. Okay. Red-tailed hawk, one of the most famous hawks of California, the red-tailed hawk. Red-winged blackbirds. So this hawk right here is pretty good. It's a pretty good hunter. One time I saw a hawk come down and snatch a squirrel right here. I don't know if it was a red-tailed hawk or it was a bigger type. I don't know, but I actually saw that one time. This is another watching station. This is 4, so I guess that there are 5, because I think there's another one. I think there's another one. Is there another one? Let's see what's going on here. There's a bridge right here. I know where the bridge goes. The bridge goes to the cricket fields. But I'm not going there right now. I'm just going back. I'm going back to the car to get some to get my cameras. I think this was the 4th watching station. Okay, so the 4th watching station. Let me see if we can find the 5th. I bleed the 5th. I don't know. I've never been to this park. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anybody. I bleed the 5th. But I think there's only 4 watching stations over here. Hey, good morning. Yeah, man, I don't like to point camera at people's faces, you know, because maybe somebody doesn't want to be on camera. I like to be respectful to people, you know. When I see somebody coming out, I just, you know, point the camera away because I don't want to be disrespectful to people, you know. If they give me permission to put them on, then I'm like, okay, no problem. But I don't want to put people on camera without permission. I don't like that, some people doing that to me. So I'm back. We're back to the what was it called? The what theater? Was it the Amphitheater? If I recall correctly. Right here. With a school bus. What's the school bus doing here? Is there a school trip today? Will there be a bunch of noisy kids ruining the place today? Ruining the peace? I'm just kidding. So that's basically it, and there was a lot of recovery. Because big parts of this park got burnt in the fire. So now it's took time to recover. It's not even fully recovered, but it looks a lot nicer than when it was completely devastated by the fires. So I'm going back to get some more batteries, and then I'm gonna go to the cricket fields and show the cricket fields, and hopefully if things are right today, then I can go and get the other part, which is like the other part of the Sepulveda Basin. So let's go. All right, so we're back to 99% battery. 99%. How long would the 99% battery last? These dogs over here. There's a lot of dogs, man. Shit. These dogs look fierce. Fierce ass fucking dog. So right now I'm going to the cricket field. There's a bunch of more people that are starting to come here. Yeah, there's a bunch of dogs. I guess this guy's training these dogs or something. I don't know. The dog trainer. Some of these dogs and some of these pit bulls and boxers look pretty rough. There's a whole bunch of dogs and shit. Imagine if all these dogs attack you. Shit, even if you got a gun, you wouldn't make it. It's like 7, 8 dogs right there. They would maul your ass. Fuck, even if you got a gun, if you got a handgun, you wouldn't fuck You need a fucking machine gun to fucking, you need an assault rifle, an automatic assault rifle to fuck with these, to defend against these fucking dogs. This guy's like walking with like 7, 8 fucking dogs, and there's like boxers and German shepherds. Anyways, so here, this part of the park, and I'm gonna put like a screenshot to look at that. A lot of stuff here, a lot of plastic gathering around and stuff, a lot of plastic, a lot of sometimes clothes and stuff. I guess some people, you know, throw stuff here, and some people maybe live here. Look at a lot of plastic, a lot of like tent remains of like tents and plastic and trash and clothes and t-shirts right here. But otherwise it looks nice. And it's very hard, you know, to keep peeling the stuff out from around the tree. They get around the roots of the tree, and it's a lot of little branches and stuff. It would be very hard actually to clean it. That would take a lot of time to clean these trees right here. So out we are to another section of the park, which is basically, there are 2 cricket fields, one on the right here and then one on the left. The one on the right, they're building something now. I don't know, they have these like either temporary or permanent, like maybe worker housing places for the people that build that are building these things. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Hopefully they take that fence back out, and it goes back to what it used to be, which is just a big green cricket field. Hopefully they don't actually build anything on it. Don't turn it into a damn building and destroy the grass. So right here, this right here is a cricket field. You would find sometimes a lot of people here playing cricket. There are cricket competitions that go on here. This is a field. This is a practice area. The one that is like kind of like fenced over there. I'll show you this right now. And over on the other side, there was another cricket field, but they're doing construction right now. So I don't know when this is gonna end or what they're gonna do with it. I could ask somebody, but they're not working today. So here there were also like kind of a couple of cricket fields, one and then one after, and the scoring board and everything like that. But as you see now, they have it all fenced up, and they have the bulldozers. We were just talking about the bulldozer right now on that sign. We just said the bulldozer is attacking these green areas, attacking nature. Look, they got a bulldozer right here. What's going on? This was an all continuous open green area with 2 cricket fields like this right here. And now, look, 2 kind of these buildings, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these buildings. They have it all messed up, fenced up. What are they doing here? Well, hopefully it goes back to being a cricket field. Hopefully it doesn't become another building. But anyways, people are encroaching on nature, continuously encroaching, until nothing is going to be left. Until nothing will be left. The whole planet will be just a piece of continuous concrete block. There will be no trees, there will be no grass anymore, there will be no green anymore at some point. If we could keep going at this rate, because the federal government, once the federal government started owning all the land, it's not the land of the government, it's the land of the people. When the federal government owns all the land, then the federal government started transforming more of this land, destroying it, and then transforming it into building, housing projects. And this is how the problem started. It's not the federal It's not federal, it's not the government's land, or in any other country. It's not a government, it's the people's land. Right? Okay, so this, you can see there's one cricket field right here. They got it covered up. I don't know if they're doing something with it. They got another one also covered up over there. So this is the two cricket fields. Sometimes people play soccer here, even though it says in the sign, no soccer allowed. And it also says in the sign, keep your dog on the leash. But you will find here that people play soccer and they keep their dogs off the leash. Let me say something here. For people that keep their dogs off the leash, check this out. If your dog attacks me and he's off the leash and it's your fault, I'm gonna shoot your dog. It's gonna be your fault. Because I'm not gonna have my fucking knee get bitten off taking chances. Keep your dog on the leash in the public spaces. There's another like parking area, and then another area of a little park as well for another portion of the park for like a kids like play area and stuff. This is like, I don't know, like a scoreboard for people that play cricket. And then we're here. This is a nice place. And just like I said, you know, this is one of the few continuous where you can just walk in green amongst trees for a while without disruption, you know. Look how big of an area it is. The biggest continuous areas in the middle of the San Fernando Valley, the biggest continuous green tree-filled area in the middle of the San Fernando Valley with no interruptions. You don't find a park that big. In the valley. Okay. Bathroom is closed. The bathrooms are closed up. So what do you do when the bathroom is closed up? What do? Practice nets. These are practice nets for people that play cricket. Who the hell plays cricket, man? I don't even understand cricket. Southern California Cricket Association, man. Severn Cricket Field. Crickbuster, T10 Sports, official partners. Oh wow. Who are these people? Who are these people? Who are these people, man? Cricket field? Look how big these trees are. Nice trees around. A lot of nice trees here around the cricket field. Around the field. If I ever play cricket, who plays cricket? The Indians, the people from South Asia, the Indians, the Pakistanis, the Bangladeshis, and the Australians. It's like 4 countries that play cricket. In the whole planet, it's like 4 countries that play cricket: India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Australia. Outside of those countries, nobody knows what cricket is. Yeah, but those 4 countries alone have a lot of people. Like India alone is 1.4 billion. With Pakistan and Bangladesh, add like 500 more million. So that's a lot of people. That's like 2 billion people alone just in 3 countries. Just in 3 countries, that's 2 billion people that play cricket. So I just made it look like it's only 4 countries, but that's literally 2 billion people, right? The global population is a little over 8 billion. 2 billion of those play cricket. That's not a small amount of people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. There's 4 countries, but it's 2 billion people, man. Crazy. So, look at that right here, what you call Woodley Avenue. And then this is the rest of the park. There's a walk right here. I don't really recommend walking here to the area close to Woodley, because a lot of people, like, they get off the cars and sometimes people bark and they let their dogs come out. And now you're faced with this dog Some of them may get aggressive. Now you have to shoot a dog. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't let your dog off the leash in a public park, because there may be somebody walking there. There may be a child. There may be another animal. You know, it says don't let your dog off the leash. The sign says right here, don't let your dog off the leash. Why is everybody letting their dogs off the leash? And then when somebody attacks, kills your dog in self-defense, if the dog gets aggressive, because I don't know what your dog's gonna do, running at me. I don't know what he's gonna do. And if I see a big German Shepherd running at me, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him with my Glock. I'm not gonna take chances. So now that's an innocent dead dog, and whose fault it is? The owner. It's the owner's fault. Why did you let your dog off the leash? You're stupid. The only place where you let your dog off the leash is your private backyard or front yard that is fenced off. That's the only place ever where you should let your dog off the leash. The only place. Or at a designated off-leash park, which is, there's one right here. Also in the San Fernando Valley. Nothing, nowhere beyond that should you ever let your dog off the leash. Ever. Anything that happens to your dog, that's your fault. He attacks somebody, gets shot, he gets sprayed by whatever, dog bear spray or dog pepper spray. Your fault. Why'd you let him off the leash? Anyways, another area of the park, there are, like, you can see trails over here and trails over here and trails over here. This area looks very nice right now. Very nice. As it's recovering, probably this is the 7th month or the 8th month since it was burned out, pretty much. So even though there hasn't been much rain, but it's recovering. You see the grass is green now. So right over on this side, there's a bike path, a big bike path that goes all around the golf course over there. And this area just goes to show, it just goes to show just like people that keep their dogs off the leash, I keep my camera off the leash. Let me put it away because I don't want to put somebody in there without their permission. Hey. How you doing? Yeah, see, I'm respectful to people, you know. I don't put people in the camera without their permission. If I see somebody, I turn it away. If they give me permission to put them in the frame, then I'm like, I ask people first. So this is just a full round right here around this whole cricket field. So, with that being said, this was a nice little tour. I think it was over, what do we have here, about, what, 70 minutes? About 70 minutes of footage. Showing the beauty the symphony of sounds in the Sepulveda Basin area. And now I'm gonna take a little break, and then I'm gonna go over and get the other side, which is as beautiful but has a lot more people, because this other side is actually designated for people, like designated for people to actually get on these things, the pedal things in the lake, and the kids are going around in these pedal things in the lake, and there's so many benches, and then there's activities. Like, it's a lot more people over there. So, you know, I'm gonna get geared up, you know, batteried up, and I'll see you over there.